All right, guys, welcome to part two of our slot T clinic. Hopefully, you got a little something out of the 300 series. We're going to talk about the 400 series here and kind of what we do with it, and how we use it as an extension of our offense. Once again, I'm Coach Wasson, offensive coordinator at Quitman High School in Quitman, Texas. Ran the slot T as our primary offense for 3 years now. We still keep it as a package. And in my last talk about the 300 series, I went a little bit more in depth about what it did for us as a program and where we started at and kind of what it did for us here and kind of trying to get things turned around. So we won't talk about that here again, waste any time. Let's get into our 400 series. Kind of already hit on this a little bit, but why we use it as an extension of our 200 series. It's same but different is what we like to always say. Something, and this is where DCs, if you talk to them, they hate when offenses do this. Really low cost installs for us as an offense. We add a whole other layer to it, and for a defense, it's a whole new play, right? A tag for an offense is a play for a defense kind of thing. And so we kind of run into that when we do our 400 series. Most of our base rules, when we start talking about the 400 series, are already installed. All the heavy lifting's already done. And so the 400 series allows us to extend those plays a little bit. So for example, 4-6, right, in our series play calling. 4 being the 400 series, the blank being the back, who cares, right? And then 6 being the whole. That last number is all you need to know. Right. So 2-6. Our O-line treats these as the same play. Right. So when we install 236, which is dive, or our outside lead for our fullback, it's the same as when we do 426 to them, where we're tossing it to our T. Right. They don't care who's getting the ball. 400 rule, 200 rule, same thing. Okay. And we're clearing out the 6 hole, and that's where we're running it to. So this is where now that we've been in the system and our kids run it from Pee Wee up for 3 years now, we can get into our 400 series pretty quick and kind of get someone else touching the ball, running the same play, working the same but different kind of look. And our O-line teaching is all the same. Hey, we're running 426. Do the same thing you did on 236. Okay. And so that's kind of what we use it as. So when we first started out, we wouldn't install at the same time, but now we're kind of in the rhythm that it makes sense for our guys. Our backs are kind of ahead of the game there. So it allows for tosses, flies. We can get into the eye or the power eye, and you can create some deception because you're turning your back, hiding the ball, reversing out as opposed to in the 200 series stepping directly to the play. Okay, I can get the H and the T involved more. I can. With that, if I get in the I formation, which is O right, if I get in the I formation, I can hand it off to my fullback, which is the H if he's a good runner. We added that a little bit my first year. Our H ended up being a better runner than he was a blocker. And our F could do both still. So the I formation was something that we could lean on to. Quick toss to your T with 2 extra blockers, right, on 426. So we'll talk about those plays for a minute. But I can keep things the same for my O-line while mixing up my backfield a little bit and getting them involved in the play. All right, we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so once again, let's be a little creative. Let's have a little fun here. All right, so we're going to get in score again. And this is where I kind of put on there that 400 series can be a hybrid type series for you because it opens up some G schemes and some traps and looks like that might not necessarily be in your 200 series. But it gives you the opportunity to kind of play around with anything that I can reverse out and toss. I can run power toss out of this. I can run fly sweeps. I can run some things. So now I kind of just expanded my repertoire a little bit. Here, this was actually inspired for us by Kenny Simpson's Trojan. All right. We're going to run Trojan with our Y and our H essentially. All right. And our F now. We're getting in the power I. We're going to take care of the end, hook the end. Our H is going to do best block on the force player, just like Kenny Simpson's Trojan does. He's going to get out and kick. And what we're going to do is, this was really easy to teach these guys. Hey, y'all are running 8-hole reverse like you've already learned. Hey, we're running 3-2-8 like you've already learned, except now front side guard, read that block and get up and go. All right. Everything else is going to be the same to what we've kind of seen in Buck Sweep. Scoop, down block, scoop the backside, hero block over here. We just want to get the ball with depth and this good athlete seeing everything go. So we're going to reverse out here. Sorry, it's not drawing. Reverse out, soft toss. We tag toss anytime we want the F to lead, anytime we want to get the ball out here, the 400 series, so that you don't step in the way of your F. So now I'm going to reverse out. My F knows he can get out and lead, and we're going to make a soft, nice power eye toss here, but we're going to be running 428 toss sweep is what we called it, but it's Trojan. And if you get really good at coaching guys, you're going to have these guys instinctively kind of false key here because they go the wrong way. All right, we really want him leading up in the hole too, but he just knew that he was going to pull some eyes by false keying here a little bit. So similar formation. Here's another one. All right, right scorer, like we've already shown. We're taking our T, we're putting him here, but I'm going to send my X across. Right, and so some wing T guys understand what you can get by just taking a single receiver and kind of flip-flopping him around and playing him on different sides. And what we end up doing, the reason for it is now it changes, like y'all have seen some looks in our too tight set. Well, who are they going to put out here? You have to put somebody out there. Are they going to take the kind of corner that they've been using as a force player and have someone else as the force? Are they going to have a safety go out and now they don't have someone that's falling in on these plays? And so who they're going to displace and how they're going to teach the guys around them when he is displaced can open up some gaps for us. Now, we know that we are real heavy to the across side when we send him across, right? So that's something you got to know, key. We can still run trap. We can still come back the other way, all right? But we know that we're heavy that way. They know that we're heavy that way, but it's still a numbers game, right? Because these guys are going to run their base alignment that they've learned in a week. So now we're running toss here, right, 428. And so we're going to have a lot of guys wasted just by alignment, which is exactly what we want when we run anything. Okay, so we're going to get out, take your best block, cut up in there, guard pulling up in the hole. Right now, your good athlete is on the safety, making a pretty good run. Just block the end, pin the end, take your best block. He wants to go wide, good. Guard gets up, probably should have goal lined it or just powered it or G-schemed it because this guard isn't our typical guard. He was a sub here, right? Can't really get out there and do much, right? He was a hefty guy, all right? So, but you can still be effective only pulling one at times, guys. And so here we go again. Now we're in our normal look. We didn't go across here. We kept the slot, or we kept the X over there. Toss, kick, boom. Athlete in space, right? That's all we want. And it's always good when you look up and you see a bunch of bodies leading. And once again, look, RH is used to kicking by now. This guy wasn't by any means a killer blocker, but they've taken a corner and stuck him down there and told him to be the force, right? Or they've taken a safety and they stuck him down there and they told him to be a force.